vinavaditamastu ma vidvishavai. Om Shanti. Today's topic is essentials to excellence. A lot of us would have preferred success, but excellence is something that is far beyond success. Success and failure is something that is temporary, but excellence is something that is constantly strived for, and as you excel, you will find there is a lot more to do and continue to excel. So we are going to see how we have to prepare ourselves to excel in life, in our career, in relationships, etc. So the first and foremost point when it comes to excellence, we all need to understand this. Never imitate. Be yourself. Understand? In fact, there is a very interesting quotation by Emerson, Ralph Waldo Emerson. He says, insist on yourself, never imitate. Every great man is unique. Every man is unique. Forget about great man or anything. You understand? God never paints the same picture again. You understand? Sri Krishna, even in the Mahabharata story, once he left Vrindavan and Mathura, he never came back. You understand? There is no question of painting the same picture again. You would find twins, isn't it, who look alike, but they have different natures. They are not the same. In fact, in my class, when I was in school, from 6th to 10th, we had twins studying in my class. They were called Ram and Lakshman. But the interesting thing is, Ram had all the characteristics of Lakshman from the Mahabharata. And Lakshman had all the characteristics of Ram from Mahabharata. Ulta ho gaya. Naam alag tha. Like he was behaving, Ram was behaving like Lakshman, Lakshman was behaving like Ram. So, they were looking alike, but they are not the same. They are similar, they are not same. Everyone is unique, right? In fact, John Milton says, they also serve who stand and wait. They also serve who stand and wait. Means what? Everyone is important in this beautiful cosmos. There is no one inferior or superior. And he says, they also serve who stand and wait. Take for example, hair inside your nose. You think, oh, what is it? It's useless. No. It is preventing the dust from going inside. So nothing in this universe has been put without purpose. Everything is having its purpose. So you may have certain talents more than others or less than others. Doesn't matter. You are unique. You understand? So you should not mortgage yourself for anything. The biggest challenge in life is we have sold ourselves. Like Judas Iscariot sold Jesus Christ for few silver coins. Isn't it? Similarly, we are all selling ourselves for material things. So therefore, the first point as far as excellence is concerned is be yourself. That is very, very important. Be yourself, no more. As it is, you are great. As it is, you are great. There is nothing to be achieved. And many things can be achieved through you if you learn to be yourself. You understand? Never to mortgage, never to think that I should if I was born in that house, I was born with that kind of talents, I would have done better. Don't do that. See, in India, if you're a cricketer, you probably earn more money here. You understand? But not as a soccer player maybe. But soccer is also coming up here. Right? What will happen in the future, I don't know. Right? Now, but if you are a soccer player in Europe, you will earn much more. So it's not to be measured with money. Are you with me? Don't think like that. Don't think your achievement should be measured in terms of money or people's praising you, becoming famous. Nothing like that. In fact, there is another beautiful line in that poem, Andrea del Sarto. There's a poem called Andrea del Sarto, which is there in the Select English Poems by Robert Browning. He talks about a great painter called Andrea del Sarto. None of us know him. You know, he was completely enamored by his wife, infatuated by his wife. He was all the time Lucretia, Lucretia. That is her name. It's like Andrea del Sarto's poem is nothing but Lucretia Nama Sahasranam. Lucretia, 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 Lucretia. And she gets fed up because of this fellow's attachment. You remember yesterday we discussed attach you lose, detach you gain. This fellow was completely attached to her. She lost interest in this fellow. And she was looking somewhere else. How long she can look in that direction? She was getting head pain, neck pain. So she turned this side and he happened to be sitting there. So he thought she's looking at him. So he said, oh, now I see you look at me. She's actually looking through this fellow. You understand? So he's all so much infatuated by Lucretia. 24/7. And because of that infatuation, he was not famous at all. But he is far superior than great painters. He himself says that. But his excellence could not come through him because of his attachments and infatuations. You understand? That's what we are going to discuss today. So, in that Andrea del Sarto poem, Robert Browning says, less is more. Less is more. How many of you here, I think 2-3 days I've been quoting, last 2 days I've been quoting Swami Ramtirtha quite a bit. But those of you who have not heard about him, before these 2 days, please raise your hands. If you have not heard about Swami Ramtirtha before, not like this, raise nicely. Quite a few have not heard about Swami Ramtirtha. Swami Ramtirtha is from Punjab. You understand? Swami Ramtirtha is from Punjab and we are lecturing here in Punjab today. And you Punjabis don't know him. What a great man he was. You understand? But you don't know him. So less is more. Means what? Normal things today very easily known by many people. Like Swamiji gives this example, you know Citizen watch, Seiko watch, Titan watch. But you probably would have heard of Rolex also. But I don't know if you heard of Patek Philippe. How many people would have heard of Patek Philippe? Only 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So, it's more expensive than Rolex, I think. You understand? The best of things are not known. Are you with me? Yes. So, don't worry about becoming known, material success, etc. Don't weigh your excellence from that angle. So, be yourself no more. Follow your nature. Listen to your heart. Your swadharma. Dharma means nature. Swa means one's own. One's own nature is called swadharma. The opposite of it is called paradharma. Para means alien nature. Somebody else's nature. We should not try to imitate. Just because, they are more popular. Supposing you are interested in soccer, and soccer players are not that popular. Kabaddi, supposing you are interested in kabaddi. You are not seeing so many kabaddi players so popular. Slowly it's coming up. You understand? So, okay, I am interested in kabaddi, but I would like to play cricket. Don't do that mistake. Choose your swadharma. Be yourself no more. Listen to your heart and choose your swadharma. There's a fascinating shloka in chapter 3 of the Bhagavad Gita, verse 35. Beautifully, Sri Krishna says, Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha Paradharmat Swanushtita Swadharme Nidanam Shreyaha Paradharmo Vayavaha. It's one of the most important shlokas. Children when they choose their career also, a lot of times we think of scope. उसमें scope नहीं है. Career guidance, when we recommend our children to study, how many of us go with their swadharma? We always say, like they show in the movie Three Idiots, if it's son, engineer, daughter, doctor, medicine. Few things, started accountant or lawyer, few things, So we always are ready to mortgage ourselves. Never do that. That's what Sri Krishna says. Better is swadharma, one's own nature, one's own duty. Though devoid of merit. Merit. Right? Merit in the sense not many people probably following, etc. So, and then than paradharma means alien nature, somebody else's nature, somebody else's duty. Don't do that. Well discharged. He says, even you may do paradharma and you may become famous, whatever, don't choose paradharma. Then he says, better is death in swadharma. Swadharme nidanam shreyaha. Shreya means good, better. I told you already, there are two words you should learn. Shreya, which means good. Preya means pleasant. So he says, better is to die in swadharma. Doing swadharma, you die. Die means not literally die. Death will happen to everybody. You understand? We all know our birth date. We all come with certain expiry date, but we don't know that. That's about it. Isn't it? So why bother about it? When it comes, let it come. Why be preoccupied by death? Ajagovindam says, a person who is evolved, tasya yamenana charcha. For that person, there is no fight with Yama. We are all fighting with Yama. In the sense, you are not living, you are only fighting with Yama. Death nahi hona. And therefore, we want so much money. Why? At least, supposing heart attack comes, I can get admitted in a best hospital. Maybe I need 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs for it. Corona time, people have spent 30, 40 lakhs, I believe. I don't know. That's what they said. So I need money, you see, so that I can at least somehow escape death. If not, at least be in ICU with all the gadgets on my body and breathing. And somehow live. Postpone death or conquer death. You are only living preoccupied by death. You are not living. You are preoccupied by death. Therefore, he says in Bhajagovindam, Tasya yamenana charcha. Better to die in swadharma. Doing, because you will be the most happy person, enjoying. And when you are enjoying, you will be contributing the most. You understand? You would have forgotten about yourself. Isn't it? When you are doing what you really are, you will be in the zone. Arjuna would be in the zone when he is fighting the war. He would have meditation there. When we play badminton in the morning, some of my friends who play with me, they said this is meditation for us. Forget everything. Same thing cricketers would say, same thing scientists would say. You understand? That's your nature. I told you yesterday, if you are remembering yourself, you are not normal. Isn't it? Anything natural, normal, will not make its presence known. Correct? When only something goes wrong in your body, then that part will make its presence known. So therefore, when you do action in the particular field which is in line with your nature, you forget yourself. So how you go about in that field, you got to plan with your head. All of us have intellect. When you choose the career, the path has to be in line with Swadharma. You understand? With your heart. But once you have chosen that field, within the field, you can't act on your likes and dislikes. You have to act as per your intellect, buddhi. So you got to plan with your head. You cannot afford to get into your likes and dislikes. There may be a few things which you may not like. Field you like, but in that field, certain things I don't like. Like for example, you are a cricketer, but you don't like to exercise. I would like to go to the net and play. No, you have to do that whether you like or not. Understand? You plan with your head how you are going to go about. And then plunge with your hands. Means what? Finally you got to work. Nothing will happen without working. You got to finally put in the effort. Isn't it? You got to exert. A lot of us think, if I just go and do puja, prayer, God will write exam for me. It will happen probably in the movies. It will never happen in your life. In the movies they show, a great devotee of God goes on praying, and then he soon's there. God comes and writes in this form the exam. Nothing like that will happen. You have to put in the effort. मेहनत के बिना कुछ नहीं होगा. But when you act in the field that you love, with your intellect guiding you, that mehnat will not be an effort at all. You understand? That mehnat will not be an effort at all. In fact, there's a beautiful quotation. It says, it's by Walt Disney. He says, Disneyland is a work of love. We didn't go into Disneyland just with the idea of making money. Anyone of you have been there? Disneyland, Disney World, in US, I think it's there in Hong Kong also. You become like a child there when you go there. Isn't it? You lose yourself. And he says Disneyland is a work of love. It's not, he says we did not go into Disneyland just with the idea of making money. Now he is making a lot of money maybe. You understand? But that was not the criteria. It was his love. Please understand that. Therefore, we say, give thyself to what you love. It's worth spending time to find out what you love and being in it. Even if you're a pauper there, you won't be actually a pauper. You understand? It's not possible if you apply yourself. You may not be the number one rich person in the world following your nature, but you will not be a pauper. Another interesting thing, in Vedanta we ask, who's rich? Who's rich according to you? How do you define richness? Anybody? Who's rich?
The one who is happy and satisfied.
One who's happy and satisfied. Okay. What else? One who finds time to do what he loves to do. Swamiji says, when your desires are less than your assets, you are rich. When your desires are less than your assets, you are rich. When your desires are more than your assets, you are poor. So it's nothing to do with how much you have. It is to do with what you are. It's not related to what you have. It's related to what you are. You understand? When your desires are less than your assets, you are rich. When your desires are more than your assets, even if you have multi-billion dollars, but you have multi-trillion desires, what will happen? It's not possible, isn't it, to be rich? You will always find it's not enough. So therefore, it's nothing to do with money. Are you with me? So give thyself to what you love. And when you are in the field of love, it generates energy. Tremendous energy. See, now in Vedanta, after coming to Vedanta, we say get up early in the morning, 4 o'clock you get up, study, because 4 to 6 a.m. in the morning is called as Brahma Muhurta time. It's most conducive to study, reflect, build your intellect, clarity in life. If you have to get up at 4 o'clock, you have to sleep at 9. If you sleep at 1 o'clock and get up at 4 o'clock, it's not possible for you to study and reflect. So, if not at 4, 5, 5:30, and then Swami says after 6, any time doesn't matter. I'm not going to tell you. Like that he says. So, now we say get up at 4 o'clock and we do get up as early as possible and we study and all that. Now, when I was growing up, I told you I love badminton. Right? Nothing would wake me up except badminton. At 3 o'clock also no problem. And there was not many indoor courts. You understand? So what happened? We got into a few friends who had access to a particular indoor court which was about half an hour away from our house. And they said we go on Sunday mornings. We will be there by 4:30, but 4 o'clock we'll assemble in a particular place. And I had only bicycle, me and my close friend. So we used to get up at 3:30, get ready, bicycle at 4 o'clock, reach there, and then go in their cars to play badminton till 9:30. How do you get that energy? How do you get that energy? When you give yourself to what you love, energy comes out. But if you put the thought of what I will get from that, understand? If you put the thought of what I will get from that, then it is labor. Are you with me? What is in it for me? Labor, not love, gives you stress. Please understand. A lot of us think, I'm stressed. It's not possible to be stressed if you are giving yourself in the field of love. Somewhere ego comes, what is in it for me? Mujhe kya milenge? What will I get? What is in it for me? What is in it for me? Then that's it. Labor, not love, gives you stress. Please understand. And when you are stressed, obviously you cannot function properly. It's not possible for you to function properly if you are stressed. So once you have chosen the field of activity as per your love, your nature, and you have planned with your intellect, and you get ready to plunge, right? You will have tremendous energy, no dearth of energy, if you understand these concepts. And then, very important is, before plunging in any field, first we must have knowledge. Isn't it? Without knowledge, you cannot plunge. It's foolish. You should learn swimming and then plunge into the swimming pool. Okay, to learn swimming, you might have to get into the pool, but with the coach. Right? To learn. So, knowledge is a very important factor. So, but when it comes to knowledge, the attitude is very important. Unfortunately, today, a lot of us have very servile attitude to knowledge. See, educate, yesterday also we discussed this. Educate means to eke out, to draw out. And what attitude we have in education is very important. Today everybody has this servile attitude. If I study this, I can go to this country or that country or be in this country itself, I can go there, then I will have respect, I love money, I love this, I love that. So it's all about what I can get. Utilitarian tag. So when you approach education with a utilitarian tag, it's called servile education. But when you approach education purely for the sake of knowledge for the sake of knowledge, it is called liberal education. So next we are going to discuss that. Liberal education, not servile education. If you want to excel in life. I don't know how many of you heard that, what do you call this, lecture by Steve Jobs. It's there in YouTube. It's called Connecting the Dots. If you have not heard, please go and listen to that. I think he's giving lecture in Stanford University. In their, what do you call this? Pardon? Yeah, convocation address. So there, he says, you just keep collecting the dots. He says, when he was 21 or so, he learnt that calligraphy. He had no idea how it is going to be useful to him. And he says when he was around 42 or so, when he came up with his iPhone, I don't exactly know the age and all that. I think it was about 40, 42 he was. At that time, one of the main reasons why iPhone became popular was the fonts, isn't it? Is that no? The fonts, isn't it? the fonts, the calligraphy that he learnt when he was 21, it came handy when he was 40, 42 and he got into this iPhone, which is a big thing now, right? So you don't know when what will come to use. Learn for the sake of learning. Why do you have to mess it up with some servile attitude? You understand? So therefore seek to learn, not learn to seek. Learn to seek, you understand? I have to learn, I have to get this job, then I'll get this money. We are becoming beggars. Understand? This is not what we have to learn. Learn to educate yourself. Seek to learn. Till death we have to learn. Swamiji once told when we were studying in the ashram, he's written 12 books, we have displayed all the books outside. Right? And he said, I don't know whether I am a good speaker, and I don't even know whether I am a good teacher. But I can challenge you all, you guys. I will be the best student amongst you, he said. You understand? Every day we have to learn. We will be learning. We are learning. There is no end to learning. Are you with me? So therefore, seek to learn, not learn to seek. And you should have specific knowledge with reference to that particular field. And you should also have general knowledge. Both has to be there. And more importantly, you should have life lessons. What do I mean by life lessons? Anybody?
Your experience teaches.
Vedanta. What we are studying. You understand? In a way it is experience only. Experience of great masters. See, Newton discovered law of gravity so that we don't have to break our heads now to do the experiments and find the law of gravity again. Isn't it? So, these great masters from their experience, they have found out the truth. And they have given it to us in these texts, in these scriptures. Are you with me? So that we don't have to break our heads, go through difficulties and then learn. Isn't it? Wise learn from others, fools from their own. Wise learn from others, fools from their own. You have to make mistakes and learn. You don't have to. Are you with me? You can observe or you can read scriptures and then study, reflect, experiment in your experiment means compare it and contrast it with your experiences and others' experiences around you and then make your own convictions and follow them. That's a better way to do, isn't it? That's an intelligent way to do. So life lessons, very important. Are you with me? First is your attitude to education should be liberal, not servile. Learn for the sake of learning. Knowledge for the sake of knowledge. And get educated in spiritual field, which is Vedanta lessons. And specific knowledge in your particular field. And general knowledge in the world. All are important. If you do all this, it will help you. And then, to excel in life, you need bhakti. Bhakti is Shakti. Devotion is power. When we say bhakti, I am not saying you should be sitting in the prayer room for half an hour, 1 hour and sitting and crying. Or, you have some, now I think Navaratras are going on, right? It is good, it has a lot of meaning and all that. But now the thing is, supposing you get so excited and then you have bhajans in your house, which is good also, fine. But you put loudspeakers and all that, so that in neighborhood nobody can live peacefully. Just because you got too much of bhakti. And this is, what kind of a bhakti is this? That I have got bhakti, everybody else is losing their sleep, getting agitated. You understand? So, that is not bhakti. What is bhakti? What is devotion? See, devotion and love are one and the same. You understand? Yesterday we discussed what is love. Love is feeling of oneness. Devotion and love is one and the same. It's a feeling. When that feeling is directed towards your equal or less than your level, it's called love. When it is directed towards the higher, it's called devotion. And when it's directed towards the higher, what is happening is there is surrendering of ego. self-effacement. That is bhakti. Bhakti is self-effacement. You understand? So you do, whether it's prayer or karma, whatever you do. Even now we are sitting and giving, discussing knowledge. Right? We are discussing, sharing knowledge. Now this will become jnana yoga if there is bhakti here. Otherwise it won't become yoga. It will become yoga if bhakti is mixed with jnana. Then it is jnana yoga. If bhakti is mixed with karma, it becomes karma yoga. If bhakti is mixed with your bhakti practices, like puja, abhishekam, etc. we do, right? And all that when you do, if there is some amount of surrendering the ego. Surrendering means what? Surrendering the ego, not the action. In the name of bhakti, what we do, that's what I said. I surrender my action. You come and write my exam. Oh Lord Ganesha. It is not to submit your action. It is to surrender your ego. When you take a flight, you go to the airport. They say, okay, you can bring 15 kilos, 20 kilos, whatever is the limit. Right? Usually we fill it up. Right? And then you go there. It's so heavy, the bag. When you go there, what do? Once you reach the airport, what do? Check in. Check in, isn't it? You check in your baggage. And then you relax. They give you a boarding pass, you are happy, you go into the lounge, you enjoy, you get into the flight, you sleep, you watch videos, you eat, whatever you do. Right? You relax. Why? Because you have checked in. You have checked in your ego. Understand? Prema Pandurangji nicely sings a one-liner bhajan, which is my favorite. In all her lectures, she I think has given up her body, she's no more. She sings in her lectures one-line bhajan. Re manu tu kahe kabra, tere saath bihari hai. Re manu tu kahe kabra, tere saath bihari hai. All of us are thinking we are holding everything. Are you behind the gravitational force functioning? We are nicely sitting, all of us will be floating and discussing. Who is behind the gravitational force? You eaten the food and nicely come and sat here. Who is digesting it and distributing it? You understand? As soon as you are born, mother's milk is readily available. Who is doing that? Are you with me? And you are born here, the vegetables are there, fruits are there, everything is there. The sunlight is available, the moonlight is available, everything is available. All the inventions that you have done is from the things that is available only. Isn't it? So therefore, when you understand the totality and you surrender your ego, when you check in, that is bhakti. Understand? And when there is bhakti, you understand that from the time I am born, I am only constantly receiving. Isn't it? First 25 years, I don't know how long you study, if it's up to graduation, maybe 21, 22. Isn't it? 17 plus 4, 21, or 20, 21, 22, up to that age. If you go to post-graduation, PhD, not 25, 27, 29. Itna saal, you are studying about 25 years of your life. Isn't it? Are you earning? But he is paying your fees. You don't have to worry about your clothes, everything is taken care of. Right? Yes or no? You are constantly taking. And after 25, when our student life is over, we have to start contributing. Are you with me? Throughout our life. Take the example of coconut tree. Coconut tree, for the first 3 years or 5 years, it consumes. Isn't it? First 3 to 5 years, it is taking. And afterwards, till death, it gives. Everything in the coconut tree can be used. Coconut can be used, the coir is used, right? The, the branch is used to make huts. Everything is used. Your jadu, you make from the coconut trees that this thing, everything is used from the coconut tree. Coconut tree is not asking, so much I am doing. Have you selected me as the star performer of this month? Nobody is recognizing my contribution. Very sad. I am having an appointment with a psychologist this week. I am depressed. No coconut tree is talking like that. Isn't it? Simply giving. Similarly, the first 25 years of our life, we are going on taking. We have to give. Yesterday I quoted you Victor Hugo. Same thing today also you can see. Life is to give, not to take. And stop complaining. I had no shoes and complained until I met a man who had no feet. We have everything, so many things in life. We don't have, we are not thinking on those lines. We are only complaining about what is missing. You know, we have this teeth, 32 teeth we have, isn't it? And you are not going on finding with your tongue the teeth now. But one gap comes, if one tooth falls, what do we do? We are going on finding the gap, playing with the gap. Similarly, 25,000 things are alright in our life, but something may be missing. But we will be constantly complaining about that. Isn't it? It's a fascinating quotation which says, I had no shoes and complained until I met a man who had no feet. So stop complaining. See, if you take an A4 sheet, two sides are there in an A4 sheet, isn't it? Plain sheet you take, and one side you write all the things we don't have in life. You think that one side of a A4 sheet will be enough? If you write, I don't have this. Now I can write, I don't have a lot of hair. Hair only I don't have, what about a lot of hair? So that is one complaint. You understand? So many things like that. I can write. One A4 sheet, one side is not enough. On the other side, you write all the things you have. Do you think that A4 sheet will be enough? If you really sit down and write all the things you have, A4 sheet is not enough. If you really understand, all of us sitting here and outside everywhere, whoever considers themselves as the poorest of the poor, even he is a millionaire or she is a millionaire. We have 32 teeth, no? Supposing one falls down, like I said, nowadays you have to implant it. They say, you better put that, fix it. Otherwise, all other teeth also will become loosened and then you lose everything. So you have to fix it. And you have to do implant. And if you go for an implant, not the best one. The best one may be 100,000, I don't know how much it is. But the basic one, including the fees of the doctor and the dentist and everything, approximately 30,000, right? Per teeth? Yes. 30 to 32 kitna hua? Almost 1 million, right? So every time you laugh, you are exposing 1 million. And worse than that is your hair. Nowadays they can do hair implantation. I don't know, it's very expensive, Baba. Isn't it? 1 lakh. What? 1 hair? For the whole head. 1 lakh. If you calculate 1 lakh here, and then teeth 32, 1 million I told you. And when I was studying in the ashram, another colleague of mine, she lost both her legs in an accident. And Swamiji wanted to find that, what do you call that? Prosthesis for her from London when he was going for his lectures. Because that he wanted to give the best for her. She served the ashram so much. So when he went there, the doctor apparently asked her, do you want to say both legs? Both legs AK or both legs BK or one AK, one BK? Swami said, what do you mean AK, BK? AK means above knee. BK means below knee. Above knee means you have to give the leg which has the thing to bend also. No? Are you with me? Fold. Are you with me? If it's below knee, it's less. Above knee, more. Both above knee means it's more expensive. Happily we have 2 legs nicely walking. I don't know how much it costs. Maybe a few million. I don't know how much it is. So if you calculate like that, you are like 2-3 crores worth, or maybe more than that. Really, I'm not joking. But what we are doing? कुछ भी नहीं. मेरे पास कुछ भी नहीं. So we are complaining. So he says, stop complaining, start contributing. Enough is enough. You understand? You have to have gratitude, because gratitude promotes growth by giving you that peace, shanti. You will have that paripurnatvam, completeness. You understand? When you are happy, what do? When India wins the match, what do? Especially against Pakistan. Or Pakistan also, it must be going on. When Pakistan wins against India, they are all very happy. Similarly, we are very happy when we win, especially if it happens in a World Cup. Then what do? As if you participated, you won, you distribute sweets and dance and all that. You are spending money and distributing sweets. You understand? Therefore, gratitude promotes growth. So excellence is not just a skill, it's an attitude. Develop that right attitude. Attitude functions as a soil, you see. You understand? Attitude functions as a soil. Action is the seed. So every action should be dedicated for the larger purpose. The largest purpose, the highest purpose is divinity, God. If you can't conceive of that, like we said, self, God, all same. If you can't conceive of that, for something bigger, larger. Nowadays, all these products are available in India also. But I'm talking about a few years ago, many years ago, 20 years ago or so. Somebody asked me, some of my class members said, yeah, I'm going to Dubai, I'm going to Singapore, would you like anything from there? One of the things I used to say is, this sockets, the extension cord or sockets that we have, 3-pin plug, I used to request for that. Why? Because some of the things which are available in India, when you use, you have to have somebody employed to hold it when you put the plug in the socket. Where it will go like this, little bit tilted, and then it won't get charged. You have to put one pencil there, or something, or one fellow should be employed. You understand? But you get from there, nicely goes in. So our ex-Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi said apparently, why is it that in India, when we produce something, we cannot produce things like that? What is missing? What we are discussing now is that bhakti is missing. See, as a company which produces something, if you have bhakti, which means what? You identify with your customers. Scriptures tell us that Nara Seva, Narayana Seva. Nara means human beings. Narayana is present in every being. You understand? You got to serve. If you have an organization, you have a product, it is for you to give to them. You put yourself in their shoes. Will you buy that for that much cost? If it's going to be turning a little bit like this. Huh? Imagine. Are you with me? So you won't pay, right? You have to put yourself in their shoes. That's called bhakti. That is love. That is bhakti. You put yourself in customers' shoes. Then you see. Let us see. That is called bhakti. That is bhakti in practice. That is bhakti in application. Bhakti is not just to be in the temples. Swamiji says prayer is not a part-time, pastime hobby. It is a full-time awareness of truth. That is called bhakti. That is called prayer. So in the chapter 9, verse 27, Sri Krishna says, Yat karoshi yadashnasi yajuhoshi tadasya Yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Beautifully he says. Sorry. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer, whatever you give, whatever austerity you practice, O Kaunteya, O Arjuna, O Kunti Putra, do that as an offering to me. Offering to me means what? To Bhagavan. Where is Bhagavan? Everywhere. So do it for a larger purpose. Do it for the country. Do it for the organization. Do it for the family. Do it for something big. Do what you love, offering it to a larger purpose. And forget about yourself. Understand? All the time. Me. Understand? So, then you got to do action after this attitude, knowledge and all that. How you go about. Genius is 1% inspiration. You can sit and listen and get inspired maybe, but that is only 1%. 99% perspiration. Understand? Thomas Alva Edison, he says that. Genius is 99% perspiration. Only 1% is inspiration. So you got to act with objectivity. You understand? Standing apart and doing what you ought to do. Just do it with no prefix, no suffix. Avoid obsession. It is a very big problem. You're all obsessed with the results. What is in it for me? What is in it for me? Am I successful? Am I a failure? There are two slokas in chapter 2, verse 37 and 38 of the Bhagavad Gita. One of the most important slokas of the Bhagavad Gita. Verse 37-38 of chapter 2. He says, Hatova prapsasi swargam, jitva va mokshase mahim, tasmad uttishta kaunteya, yuddhaya krita nishchaya. Means what? Either slain, you will lose. If you die, you will attain heaven. Heaven means happy. You will be happy doing what you are supposed to do. So if you die, what better you can get? Enjoy your life doing what you love to do. So either slain, you will attain heaven, or victorious, you will enjoy the earth. Means you will win this battle and get the kingdom. Therefore, arise, O Kaunteya, Uttishta, wake up, man. Wake up means what? Wake up from this ego, which is pulling you down. The ego is what is pulling us down. Therefore, he says, arise, O Kaunteya, determined to fight. Yuddhaya krita nishchaya. And in 38 he says, Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayau tato yuddhaya yujyasva naiva papama vapsyasi. Very, very important shloka. Treating alike pleasure and pain. My pleasure, my pain. Gain and loss, victory, defeat. Then get ready for battle. First you have to win these things. Then only, meaning what? You be a winner in life. When you are a winner in life, even when you lose, you are a winner. But when you are not a winner in life, when you win also, you are a loser. Because, no, I have to win, I have to win, I have to win. So you are not enjoying. Somehow you win. Because the opponent is also functioning like that. I have to win, I have to win. So one fellow has to win, so you won. Then you know, some other time this win will be taken away from me. All the time they say, no, the existing winner, meaning last year winner, current champion. All the time they say, he is the current champion, he is the current, that fellow is more stressed. Somehow, the pressure is put on him that he has to somehow defend it. Why you have to defend or anything? You understand? Just play the game. Are you with me? So he says, you first become the winner. Go beyond winning and losing. Are you with me? Prepare and plunge, like we discussed. Then what? Even if you lose, you will be a winner. Because you will be learning something from that. Then you correct yourself. If you win, then also you will be a winner. If you win, but not being a winner, you will be a loser always, because there is fear. I will lose now. I will lose now. You are not happy. You understand? Therefore, he says, you have to act with objectivity, avoid obsession. And sacrifice is the synonym of success. You know, when P.V. Sindhu, when she won the silver medal in Olympics, she was asked, what is going to happen now? She said, I'm going to have ice cream. My coach, Gopi Chand, at that time, apparently he took away her phone. 3 months or something, they were training for it. And he took away her phone. No phone, nothing. No mobile phone, nothing. Understand? And then, no ice cream, nothing. And she said, after this, I'll be given the phone back. You understand? Ice cream I can have. And when she said that, I think Prime Minister Modi ji also gave her ice cream when she came. It became very famous news, that time. So, sacrifice. She's done a lot of sacrifice. Sacrifice of the ego, personal things, what I will get, all that you got to sacrifice if you want to win. That is what Swami Ramtita said, which is the next one. The way to gain anything is to lose it. Lose it means what? Lose the urge to win. Lose the urge to be successful. Just be yourself. Just be in the struggle. You understand? Swamiji says in Vedanta Treatise book, I told you, right? It's a very important book. It's available there. Now, he says in that book, your motto in life is to strive, to struggle, not to succeed. Your motto in life should be what? To strive, to struggle, not to succeed. Then you can achieve excellence. Otherwise, it's not possible. And over and above this, you need to have self-belief. There's again a quotation by Walt Disney. He says, if you can dream it, you can do it. Abdul Kalam ji, our ex-president Abdul Kalam ji says, you should have the dream. And what kind of a dream? There are some dreams which you dream when you are in sleep. But there are some dreams which will not allow you to sleep. Are you with me? So that belief, you should have what in Sanskrit called as Shraddha. Shraddha is loosely translated as faith, It's not just faith. It is faith plus conviction plus consistency. You listen to something, you say, yes, I believe in this. But that is not faith. That is only skin deep. You understand? That is only skin deep. But when you have real faith, what you will do? You will follow it till it transforms you. Are you with me? Till you become that. That is called Shraddha. See, there is a very interesting story. There was, in a particular kingdom, there was no rain for many years. They were all, wanting to pray and somehow get rain. So the king said, let's conduct yajna. When you conduct yajna, it is believed rain will come. Okay, let's conduct yajna. Yajna means that sacrifice, fire worship. For that you need a priest. So they called a priest and the priest said, this is a good day. We will do it at this particular time. All of you, please announce that everybody should assemble on the seashore. I will conduct the yajna. Then he said, one condition he put. I will not start the yajna on that day till I see one faithful person walking in. He said, I myself believe in this. What is this priest saying? Anyway, no problem. He announced. And so many people had come. The priest was not starting the yajna. Why? Because according to him, he is not seeing even one faithful person. So king understood and he was waiting. And about half an hour later, very, very old lady walked in and the priest said, let's start. Everybody turned, even the king turned to see who is this walking in. Very old lady was walking in with an umbrella. That is called faith. You are conducting yajna for rain, but nobody brought umbrella. Understand? That is not faith. If you don't have umbrella, you don't have faith. I believe in yajna. But you are sitting without an umbrella. When you go back, how will you go? At least raincoat should be there. You understand? Wow, nothing is there. So means what? You are not really believing in it. You are just, going around. So that is not Shraddha. Shraddha is what? Faith, conviction, consistency. So it's not enough if you just believe. In the sense, do not just wish, believe deeply. Your beliefs function like thermostat. Thermostat, you understand? When they set the thermostat in the AC, if it's 24, is that degree it is set, what will happen? When it reaches 24, it cuts off. It goes less than that, again starts. So, if you believe that I am good enough to score 70 marks, you understand? Plus or minus 5, thermostat adjustment is there. So, by chance you have scored 90, you think that is not me. Kuch to gadbad ho gaya. And the next exam you will come back to 70, 65 or 75, then you are fine. This is me. 90 is not me. You have such beliefs. Supposing you get 35, then also you say, no, this is not me. So you will be comfortable 65 to 75. So like that your belief system, these belief systems you got to get in. It's inside you. It's in your subconscious. You got to go into your subconscious, dig into your subconscious and see all these beliefs, Because your Shraddha is what you will become. That's another verse Shri Krishna says, verse 3, chapter 17. The Shraddha faith of everyone is in accordance to one's nature. O Bharata, a man is made up of the Shraddha faith. He is verily what his Shraddha is. Only in the area where you believe and apply yourself, you will become that. You want to become a millionaire, but you don't believe that you can become a millionaire. You are a dual personality. How will you become that? What is the image you create in your subconscious? That's what you will become. Possibly नहीं यार, क्या बात कर रहे हैं आप? ये सब अच्छा है सुनने के लिए. It is not possible for me, And then you will come up with all the negative things. So you got to understand the power of thoughts and beliefs. In Vedanta we say, as you think, so shall you become. Your thoughts are very important. As you think, so shall you become. So there is a very, very important shloka in Bhagavad Gita, verse 22, chapter 9. Bhagavad Gita has 18 chapters, as you know. And 22nd verse of chapter 9 is considered to be the central verse of Bhagavad Gita. You understand? Ananyashintayanto mam yejana paryupasate yesham nityabhiktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Ananya chinta means what? No other thought. Anya chinta. Chinta means thought. Anya chinta means other thought. Ananya chinta means no other thought. Swamiji for the last 70 years, he is now 96. Last 70 years he's been only doing this. No other thought. No other thought. That is why he is excelled in his field. You understand? That Ananya Chinta, to those persons who worship me thinking of nothing else, to those ever seeking union, I grant them yoga, union and kshema. They'll excel in life, that's what it means. So therefore, you got to work on your thinking, filter negativity. Just get into your system and see what kind of negativities you have, what kind of belief systems you have. Cut out on friends also who put that negative in you. Possibly nahi, hota hi nahi. You understand? Have satsang. You should have good company at all levels. You understand? So you should not have negative beliefs. You got to filter all the negativities. And then you got to build self-respect and avoid complex. Ego. That is another big problem. Ego. All of us have this ego, And that's a very big destructive force. There's a very interesting poem by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Swamiji has given commentary on that also in the book that I was mentioning, Select English Poems. It's called The Mountain and the Squirrel. Mountain and the Squirrel had a fight. Mountain said, I'm so big, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Squirrel said, it's okay, you are doing many things, I agree. But it is not a disgrace to occupy my place. And then finally he says, talents differ, all is well and wisely put. If I cannot carry forest on my back, neither can you crack a nut. See that poem there. The mountain and the squirrel had a quarrel. The farmer called the latter, little prig, one replied. The squirrel replied, you are doubtless very big, but all sorts of things and weather must be taken in together to make up a year and a sphere. And I think it no disgrace to occupy my place. If I am not so large as you, you are not so small as I, and not half so spry. I will not deny you make a very pretty squirrel track. See the last 3 lines. Talents differ, all is well and wisely put. If I cannot carry forest on my back, neither can you crack a nut. That's what I said. Everybody is unique and everybody is important. It's wisely put. See, we have the nose above our mouth. Your mother did not decide that. Your father did not decide that. But all of us have the nose above the mouth. So what happens when we take the food to eat? You understand? We throw it. Supposing nose was at the back. And then, you understand? Who decided? All is well and wisely put. If I cannot carry forest on my back, neither can you crack a nut. Understand that you are also important. Everybody is equally important. Don't have complex. You should not have inferiority complex nor superiority complex. Understand you are unique and you are also important. Everybody is important. Have self-respect. Understand? And before we conclude, I wanted to give a small quotation by Swamiji. Very, very interesting quotation. The lady over there is looking at the clock. The clock is slow.
No, you said last year said wo bhi gaya.
Okay. So, when one of my course students from the ashram, when she was completing her course and she was leaving the ashram about 30 years ago, she asked Swamiji, I want something from you as inspiration to follow my sadhana, wherever I am. So Swami said, okay, let me see. Something comes, I'll give you. So on that day when she was leaving, he read this quotation. I remember. He said, be yourself no more. Be yourself no more. Act, not to achieve. Don't put the comma somewhere else. Don't say act, not comma. Then it will be a problem. Understand? They say in English, comma kills a cat. So, act, comma, not act, not comma. Act, comma, not to achieve. Don't worry about achieving and all that. Just act. Just be in the struggle. Love, comma, not to be loved. Don't worry about whether you're loved or not. Just love. You understand? Love, comma, not to be loved. Not to be loved doesn't mean, oh, you seem to love me, in return, don't love me. Don't say that. You should not have expectations. Love, comma, not to be loved. Study, comma, not to learn. You understand? It's not just to get intelligence. It's to become intellect, strengthen the intellect. You have to develop the intellect. Wisdom. You understand? The difference between intelligence and intellect. All these are discussed very deeply in the book, The Fall of the Human Intellect. That's the first book we start our course with in the ashram. It's a very simple book. In fact, I said, no, my colleague Rupalji just finished a class on The Fall of the Human Intellect. She did 7 lectures on that book. You can read that book. You can finish off reading in one day if you want to, but to study, few days, but it really helps you. In fact, you should, if you want to give that book as a gift to children, who are 12, 13-year-old, you can give this book and select English poems. So that, in the book he talks about this. What is intelligence? What is intellect? What is freedom? What is bondage? What is richness? What is poverty? Etc. etc. Everything beautifully he discusses. Understand? So study, not to learn. Let the goal remain with the goal. Have the goal. But once you set the goal, you forget about it. Let the goal remain with the goal. You shall get there. That's what my Guru Swamiji said. Swami Parthasarthi. Okay. So now, take away. Right? Like everyday lecture, now the takeaway. What all we discuss? Essentials to excellence. Be yourself. First point. Follow what you love. Then plan with your head, plunge with your hands. Means act. Get liberally educated. Don't have the servile attitude to education. Develop good attitude in life. Attitude of gratitude especially. Right? And objectivity. Have single pointedness. See, will this take me to my goal? Do that. If it will not take me to my goal, I won't do that. Whatever it may be. Not going to help me to my goal. What's the point? Have that objectivity. Single pointed focus. Somebody presented a mala to Lord Hanuman. He put it to his ears. It didn't say Ram. He threw it. It's not saying Ram. Why do I need it? Somebody comes and gives a very, very expensive gift. What will you do with that? If it's not helpful to your cause. It should be helpful to your cause. Are you with me? So the purpose for which you work, all your wealth, your health, all your resources should be for that. Single pointedness. Then self-belief and self-respect is another point we discussed. Filter all the negativity, cut out on all the negativities and complexes. And if you function this way, you will excel in life. Thank you very much.